YouTube. Hey, my name is Breezy, and in today's video, I'm gonna be showing y'all how to start a dump truck company in 2026. If this is the video you have been looking for, go ahead and give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. Okay, we're gonna get right into it. I don't want to waste y'all time. I know y'all trying to make that money, so let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, as you can see, I have a PowerPoint set up, and let's see. Okay, cool, we good. Anyway, starting a dump truck company by 76 Breezy. All right. Key points: LLC, EIN, US DOT number, contracts of work, truck, insurance, and CDL. All right, so this is everything that you need in order to start a trucking company. All right. So keep that in mind. If you want to screenshot this, you can screenshot it, but you have to have all of this in order to start a dump truck company. Okay. With the exception of a CDL, right? You don't have to have a CDL to start a trucking company. If you're not trying to drive yourself, if you're just trying to hire drivers, you can go that route. But we'll get more into that later on. But other than that, everything else on here, you need it, and it's essential to your business, and it's essential for you to be successful. Okay, cool. Moving right along. Business formation. So this is strictly talking about your LLC and forming a LLC, okay? All right, first, let me explain what an LLC is and how it's vital for your business, okay? So I don't want to give y'all my definition. I literally looked it up right here. You can see it, and I'm going to read what it says, and then I'm going to explain. I'm going to piggyback off of that, basically. So an LLC, limited liability company, is a hybrid U.S. business structure combining corporation-style limited liability protection for personal assets with the pass-through taxation of partnership. Owners, known as members, are generally not personally responsible for business debts or lawsuits. All right, let me explain that in English or simpler terms. Basically, an LLC separates your personal assets from your business assets. For example, if you have a trucking company, you have a truck on the road, your truck driver hit somebody, or you hit somebody in your truck, right? The person that you hit can sue you, but they can't really, well, they can sue your business. They can't sue you, right? So whatever the name is on the side of your truck, that's who they can sue. Okay? So that protects you. That protects your personal assets from your business assets. Basically, say if you have bank accounts in your personal name, they can't go after them. If you have cars or anything else like Lamborghinis or whatever you have in your personal name, they can't go after that. They can sue anything under your business name and entity. So that's why it's important to have an LLC. Also, it comes with other things. It's just letting the government know that you have a business. You're making money under this business legitly. You know what I'm saying? So you can file your taxes and everything like that. So that's what an LLC is. Now that we talked about it, I'm gonna show you guys how to actually create one. Okay. Okay. Look, there's two ways you can file your LLC. All right. Choose whichever way is best for you and more convenient. One is more expensive than the other. I will say that off the rip, but we'll get into it. The first way to file your LLC is like strictly by yourself, like with no third party company. So it's gonna save you money in the long run. Okay, but with this way, you have to make sure that you have everything in order and how it's supposed to be. Okay, so it's like everything is on you. There's nobody helping you, basically. All right. So the first way is through the IRS website. This is the cheaper way, as you can see. Okay. Now I'm in Georgia, so you have to go to your Secretary of State in your state. So if you're in New York, go to your Secretary of State in New York, and whichever state you're in, basically find your Secretary of State website and go to the website. All right, that's what I'm gonna do right now. And mine is www.georgia.gov, and we're gonna go to that right now. So look, I'm on the website, georgia.gov. Okay, this is how it look. I'm not sure how it would look for other states, but this is where you want to go, Secretary of State. You go here to the menu bar. We're gonna type in LLC. All right, I'm gonna show you guys like I'm doing it all over again. Scroll down, it literally says register an LLC with Georgia Secretary of State. All right, you click that link. Once you click that link, it has all the steps you need, and then you know everything that you need before you even file. Okay, you scroll down. There's 3 ways you can file: online, by mail, or in person. Obviously, you want to do online. It's gonna be faster. Okay, look. So I just want to skip it. I'm not gonna read this word for word. I'm just gonna kind of hit the key points. All right. So when it says select a registered agent for your company, a registered agent is basically just the person who is the in charge of doing your documents and your paperwork for the company. So whenever you have to renew your LLC, do your annual registration, that's your registered agent. Anytime they have to reach out and contact somebody in regards to your business, if anything that need to be done or whatever it is, they're gonna reach out to your registered agent, and that's the person gonna be a person of contact for your business. So like myself is me, right? So I don't, it's just me. You can. It can be anybody you want that you trust though. Get somebody that you trust. Don't put nobody in there they gotta be somebody that you trust. You can do your wife, your spouse, husband, kids, mother, father, like anybody that you trust, okay? Or a business partner, or a close friend that you trust. But make sure it's somebody that you trust, because this is your business, okay? All right, gather what you will need. You need your name of your LLC. You need the address on file. You need the name and address of the person filing the LLC, a valid email address, a mailing address, name and address of the registered agent, and a form of payment, depending on how you apply. Your form of payment will be one of the following: credit card, check, cashier check, or money order. Like I said, I would do online, so you expect to do credit card. Okay, once you hit all the important details and you have everything all ready to go for your LLC, you will get a page called Articles of Organization. This is basically showing your business formation. This is showing that you're a legit business. It will come with other things as well. Each year, you must file an annual registration for your LLC between January 1st and April 1st. If you do not, your LLC will be dissolved due to failure to file your annual registration. So keep that in mind. And also, I want to say you can file it for more than 1 year at a time. You can file it for I think up to 3 years at a time. Don't quote me on that, but I know you can file more than 1 year, so you don't have to keep doing it every year. But I do mine every year just so I won't forget. Okay, look, the second way, if you don't want to do this through the IRS website, you can go through a third-party company. So I would recommend LegalZoom. So basically what happens is you go to their website. Let me put a website up. You go to the website, and like I said, I don't know what the fee is, but they do charge an upcharge simply because they're doing it for you and it's for your business. Excuse me. And they're doing all the hard work, basically. So let's pull that up real quick. It's called LegalZoom right here, official website. You click that, and you can literally click Start My Business. And you just go through the whole process. It's gonna say LLC. It says it starts at 0 state filing fees, but I'm telling you they're gonna charge. I'm not sure what the price is, but they're gonna charge you. So you would hit that, and then you just start here. What's the name of your business, and you give them all the details, and they're gonna do everything for you. Okay, so that's another route you can go as well. Okay, EIN number, and what is it for? Okay, an EIN number is basically like a social security number for your business. Essentially, you use it for tax purposes, you use it for business credit, you use it for opening business bank accounts, and so on. So I'm gonna give y'all the Google definition of it. An employer identification number, which is EIN, is a unique 9-digit number assigned by the IRS to businesses, corporations, partnerships, and nonprofits for tax identification, reporting, and compliance. It is primarily used to hire employees, file tax returns, open business bank accounts, and apply for business licenses and establish credit. Okay, so there it is. Like I said, you get that once you file your LLC. It comes automatically, so there's nothing you need to do on your part to make sure that it comes. Like, you don't have to apply for it, you'll automatically get it. All right, moving right along. USDOT number. USDOT number, what is it? Okay, a USDOT number is a unique identifier used by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, FMCSA, to monitor commercial vehicle safety, compliance, and accident reports. It is legally required for interstate vehicles hauling cargo, transporting passengers, or carrying hazardous materials, acting as a company's safety database link. All right. The FMCSA uses this number to track a company's safety audits, compliance reviews, and crash investigations. All right. So basically, this number is your trucking authority, basically. So everything that happens within your business, as far as like driving and safety wise, it falls under your USDOT number. All right. So don't get it confused with the LLC. It's different for the LLC. The way I like to think about it is, it's a LLC inside of an LLC, basically. So it's like, well, no, let me not say that, because that's not what it is. Basically, it's just a number that falls under your authority. That's your trucking authority. So anything that happens falls under that number. Okay. So keep that in mind. Let's talk about how to get a USDOT. Okay. So there's two ways to get this as well. You can do it directly, or you can go through LegalZoom.com, which they should do it for you when you file your LLC. So I already talked about how to do it through LegalZoom. You just go through the whole process on that website as well and do the same thing. Okay. Now, if you don't want to use LegalZoom or any other third-party company, you can go to www. Right here in the link, dotmc.com, and you can apply for it yourself. Now, I'm not sure what the prices is or the filing fees is on it, because it's been a while since I did it. I did mine like 7 years ago. So, but we're going to go there. I won't let us pull this up. Okay, cool. We're just going to type it in at the top. dotmc.com. All right. You pull it up. Right here at the bottom, it says, if you do not have a USDOT number, please click here to get started. You click right there, and you go through the whole registration to get your DOT number. All right. So I don't care what state you in. This is the site you go to get your DOT number. www.dotmc.com. Okay. It's a nationwide thing. So that's how you do that. Okay, moving along. The next thing you're going to need a truck. Not just a truck, a good truck. You need a good working truck. This is the heart of your business. This is your income. Okay. And you need to know the type of truck that your state runs. For example, Georgia runs tandems. Okay. Some run quad. Some states run triaxles. Some run tandems. And very few, I think, run the one with the five. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, you need a good truck. So let's talk about this for a minute. All right. I cannot stress this enough. You need a good running truck. When you go to buy your truck, take a mechanic. Take somebody that know what they're talking about. Somebody that know what they're looking at. Somebody that's going to inspect the whole truck. You do not want to buy a lemon. That's the last thing you want to do when you get ready to go buy your truck. Okay? And don't rush buying a truck. Take your time. Save your money. Try to get business funding if you can. Equipment loan to be exact. And if you can't, it's okay. Save your money. All right? You can find some good used trucks on Facebook Marketplace. Or you can go to like used truck dealerships across the US. I don't want to give any specific names of any dealership specifically, because I don't want you to go there and get a truck that you don't like, or a truck that is bad, and you try to put it on me. So do your own research when you're going to look for your own, when you're going to get your truck, okay? But I definitely would say you can look on Facebook Marketplace and any used truck dealership. And the reason I'm saying this is because I know everyone don't have the funds to go out and get a brand new dump truck. And I'm not even gonna lie, me personally, that's not the best option in my opinion anyway. New trucks, dump trucks, are $250,000. Okay, so you don't want to go that route. But yes, you need a good truck. Next thing, insurance. All right, there's 3 types of insurance you're gonna need. You're gonna need business insurance, you're gonna need truck insurance, and you're gonna need workers' comp insurance. Let's talk about all 3 of those real fast. Business insurance, you're just gonna need general business insurance just to insure your business. You're gonna need $1 million liability insurance. This is gonna be your main insurance that you need, and this is your truck insurance. This is your insurance protecting your truck and the cargo you carry. That's why you need $1 million liability. Okay, so most companies are going to require you, most like, if you're whoever you're hauling for, they're going to require you to have that $1 million liability and workers' comp. All right. Now, you can get all three of these through one insurance company. So like conjointly, when you filing for when you're getting your insurance, tell them everything you need. You need your business, you need your $1 million liability, and you need your workers' comp. All right. Now, it's a tricky part with the workers' comp. All right. So if you're like me and you're an owner operator, you don't really need workers' comp essentially, unless the people you're hauling for, the companies you're hauling for, requires it. I would personally say get it anyway, so you're covered and you don't have to worry about that if you ever have to switch or you have more than one dispatcher or whatever or contracts. Okay, so if you're an owner operator, there's this thing called a ghost policy. All right, so with the ghost policy, the way it works is it's basically saying I'm an owner operator. I'm not going to sue myself, so they're not going to charge you this crazy amount of money because they know you're not going to sue yourself. All right. So basically, whenever you call your insurance agent, let them know, hey, I'm an owner operator. I need a ghost policy for my workers' comp. All right. And it's gonna make your rate drop. So in the future, if you do go ahead and hire drivers or hire anybody, in that case, it don't have to be a driver. Anybody that you hire that's an employee of your company, a W-2 employee, then you have to call your insurance agent back. Hey, I just added a driver. I just hired an employee. I need to get my workers' comp updated. All right, it's gonna go up a little bit, but if you're hiring people, that means you're making more money, and it's needed in case something happens to them. You need it. You'll get in a lot of trouble if you don't have that and you have employees. So be sure to stay on top of that. All right. Next thing that you need a CDL. Well, let me say that back. You don't need a CDL at all to start a trucking company, right? But I highly recommend it. Imagine not having a CDL, not knowing how to drive your truck, but you have a trucking company. Your truck gets stuck. You have nobody to go get it. You have to move your truck. You don't know how to drive it. Like, I just wouldn't be able to call myself a boss of a company that I don't know how to operate, and I haven't been through everything myself. So that's why I say it's not needed, but highly recommended. Highly recommended to get it. Now let's talk about Class A versus Class B. A dump truck, you don't need Class A. The bare minimum commercial driver license that you need for a dump truck is a Class B license, okay? Class B license is straight trucks, box trucks over 26,000 pounds, or a dump truck, school buses, everything to that nature. Anything that's straight truck that does not have a trailer attached is a Class B license, and it's over 26,000 pounds, okay? Now, if you have a Class A license, you're set already. You can drive anything, honestly. So you have a Class A, you can drive anything. You have a Class B, you're good too as well. Now, you do have to go to school for these now. They changed the laws. You used to be able to go to the DMV, and just drive it. But nowadays, you literally have to go to school for this, okay? But school isn't that long. For me, it was 6 days, 3 days 1 week, 3 days next week. I'm out of here, I got my CDL, all right? So not too hard. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is your work and contracts. You need to have work lined up before you buy a truck, okay? And that's important. You need to have work lined up before you buy your truck. And I can't stress that enough, because you will get your truck and you'll have it and you'll be making payments, or you don't pay cash for it and it's just sitting there. And if it's just sitting there, you're not making money. So do your research, connect with the people you need to connect with, and get your work before you get your truck. All right, that's important. All right, I can't stress that enough. But I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the comment section. If you need me to do any more videos going into detail about anything else, let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, if it was informative for you, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back with more.